This is the Lydia and Spin, and you know we're not going to stop. But we would appreciate any help we can get because, look, our mouths do not run on gas and air alone, occasionally food and drink. So if you wouldn't mind contributing, no contribution, too large or too small, because we're just going to keep going whether or not you help us out. Your gain, your loss.
The PayPal is paypal.me/TSD1975. That's paypal.me/TSD1975.
It would help. We're going to keep going. We don't like to beg, and certainly we're not, but actually, it's a fucking command. Take it or leave it. Thank you. This is the Lydia and Spin. This is the Lydia and Spin with Lydia Lunch and Tim Dahl. We're doing just a retaliatory intro for all the things we're about to do.
Well, the thing is, me and you have so much on our plate right now, and I some people have weekends, and so we get to give us a break. Audience, we have both of us have a bunch of tours, including with each other coming right up. That we're going to leave it to just an intro of some stories and tell you about our upcoming tours.
Yes, exactly. And I just got back from Switzerland from the Kaleidoscope of Nothingness, a 3-story exhibition, like walking into a bookworm's brain. Photographs, woodcuts, words on every wall at the Cupper Gallery, compliments of Kit Brown, one of the artists, and Dion Gacon, another, and also my friend Pierce, who was in Coil for a while and helped build the Giger Cafe in Zurich. And that was just fantastic. So, and
I had my birthday and all that shit, but then I had a performance with Hannah Marcus and Kevin Shea, who've both been on this podcast. That went really well. Hannah's a great songwriter. And then I did a duo with Pulitzer Prize winning, MacArthur Grant winning, brilliant musician, composer, drummer, multi-instrumentalist Tyshawn Sorey,
amazing.
Yeah, that was really special. And everyone asked me, how'd you get him to play a house show in the middle of Pennsylvania? I go, he asked me.
Nice.
So he's kind of interesting that way. He like you, Lydia, he does what he wants to do.
Well, like you, Tim, we do what we want to do. I also want to mention the great show we did right before I left for Switzerland, the Sam Asravat binge at New Blue, which Kevin Shea and I opened. It was a great evening. We loved that. And it was the same place where I picked out of the audience and met Taylor of Genre is Death, who we just come off of tour with.
Yes.
And then you, Sam, Matt Nelson, and a variety of other...
Sam's Jazz Group.
Yep, Sam's Jazz Group.
Matt Mitchell, really great musicians.
I hope to do a show with Sam at the end of my July tour in Helsinki. He's looking into that.
So why don't we just chip away and promote some of the tours we have coming up? Let's start with the one we're leaving for tomorrow.
Amen. Which caused you no amount of aggro, and thank you very much for taking care of that.
It was supposed to be a bigger one, but the ones that we have are, I don't want to get into it and point fingers, but the ones that we do have look great.
Are great.
And Angela's done such a great job in Brazil. We're flying into Brazil now. Now we're already talking about Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. I think it's going to go up tomorrow. It's the beginning of Memorial Weekend, and so we have to go into Newark.
Actually, I think today is probably a worse day. I don't know why, but I've been following the news too.
Interesting.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
But I think there's going to be a lot of people staying in because this weekend in the Northeast is just a wash. It's going to be in the high 50s and raining the whole time.
Well, the last flights we had, we were very lucky that smooth as can be. Just a fluke. How about this? I'm glad we're not traveling out of LaGuardia, which just had a sinkhole open on one of the runways.
I heard about that. Well, anyhow, we're flying into Sao Paulo. That's a red eye.
It'll take us at least probably 15 hours, 10 hours.
No, well, I mean,
3 hours. Look, it'll take us 2 hours to get to the airport, 3 hours to wait at the airport, 10 hours to get. Now,
10-hour flight. 10-hour flight. Yeah.
It took me 16 hours to get back because that flight was delayed, and Zurich Airport is just so immense. It's ridiculous. But
so then we go to Sao Paulo, which is arrive in the morning. Our performance is after midnight. It's at 1 a.m. So we're gonna have the day to sleep, and then the next day you are doing showing a bunch of your films and.
Well, I'm showing Artist Depression, Anxiety, and Rage. They're playing it twice there. We're doing Murderous again twice. And
Well,
then I'm
hold on. No, we're not.
once.
We're doing it once in Sao Paulo,
Oh, okay.
twice in Rio.
Okay. And then I'm closing in Sao Paulo the library event, which is great, where I'll just be talking about No Wave and doing a question and answer. So, now that's a very good adventure. And of course,
We're gonna fly on Monday to Rio, and we have a show, we sold that show out. So they added another show on Tuesday. Um, we have all day Tuesday. Matt's already like, do we go to Copacabana? We're gonna do the Copacabana. Just had a gang shootout on the beach.
wonderful. Can't wait.
Yeah, yes.
But I'm gonna put a shout out to Angela at Brava Productions because she's just been stellar as she's been in the past when we've gone with her as well.
Yeah, she's incredible.
We are
And
going to run into thunderstorms every day, which I love weather. It's
we had some last night. So
Mother Nature's revenge.
after Rio, we're flying into Mexico City, which we've played, and these people have been really great so far. What a relief dealing
Yeah,
with them as opposed to some other people. They've been really wonderful, and they're hitting. They have a team. They're hitting all the marks, and that show
can't wait.
that's gonna be a great show. So I'm gonna be with you guys, and then we fly back, and then me and you have our own adventures to do. You're going to L.A., I guess.
I'm home for a few days. I go to LA. I'm going to do a record release party with Genre is Death and Escapism, Ian, who we've had on the show, ex Makeup. And then a few days later, I'm going to Australia for 3 weeks to perform the music of suicide with Andrew Coates and do a couple of shows with Tex Perkins, spoken word, songs, etc. Show some films. You know, we love going to Australia. Sorry you're not coming with me this time. Then I'll come back for a few days and I'll go back to Europe with the Mark Hurtado and the suicide thing and some spoken word things and then leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, well,
Now is the time to act like a squirrel and gather those nuts. I'm very happy that everything is different and I can't looking forward to all of it.
I'm coming. We come back to from Mexico. I have some local gigs. I have to do the Glenn Branca Symphony Number 13 at
Fabulous.
Lincoln Center, and Reg Blur, who's arranging the whole thing. That was her, Glenn's partner. We're gonna have her on the podcast coming up to promote that. But that's gonna be
June
a
3rd.
lot. No. That's
We'll record her June 3rd.
We're gonna record her June 3rd. The Lincoln Center thing is June 12th, I think. And then I'm going to Japan. And I'm doing all types of
dogging.
yes.
We're dogging. What are you doing in Japan, Tim?
I'm playing with all these Japanese virtuoso legends and characters, Tetsuya Yoshida, Kawabata Makoto, and a list of others. And it's going to be it's an extended trip. And
how long are you going to be there for?
I'm going to be there for 2 weeks.
I mean, and let's face it, can't get better food than Japan.
Oh, and this is what people don't realize. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, Japan's expensive, more expensive than the United States these days." No. Japan, you know, when people compare what's expensive with different cities in different countries, it's not like everything's parallel in the comparison.
Well, it's also quality. Where's the quality?
Well, so in Japan, you know, to have a second home, 5 cars, you know, that's when they start really getting you. But if you want to live, if you have one home, one car, it's actually, for an industrialized nation, it's very affordable. But the food is very affordable and the quality is so high. So you can eat so well, really on a budget, and it's good quality, it's clean, it's good for you. It's just it's pretty amazing.
Well, I have to say, being in Switzerland for a week, and then the air quality being as it is, the food being as clean as it is, and coming back to poor air quality for 2 days in New York and Brooklyn, it made me feel kind of fucking illy.
Well, I mean, Zurich, you know, their biggest city, Switzerland's biggest city. The rivers that go through that city are crystal clear. You can swim in them. They decided that maybe that's just better to actually have no pollution. And could you imagine rivers and canals in our American cities?
Oh yeah. Go jump in the Hudson River or the East River. Are you shitting me?
Well, and those aren't even the dirty ones compared to other ones in this country.
Hey, Love Canal. I know all about it.
All right. Well, let's go into some stories. So speaking of green energy and being maybe handling these things in a good way, Denver is they have a whole new plan, and we'll see. powering their city through green energy using all types of stuff. But one thing is sewage, basically redirecting our waste and creating energy out of it. And they have all these new stuff, and they're going to really double down on that. It's going to be not just raw sewage; it's a complex process. But talk about recycling. I mean, there you
Well, I
go.
mean, got to give it to Denver, who just somebody hacked their street lights recently to have some very provocative anti-Trump messages come up on the do not walk signs. Got
I've
to hand
mixed
it to hackers.
I've mixed opinions about Colorado in terms of beautiful, and they have some good things there, but
Well, they have Naropa, which is always a good thing that I go
yes,
to every
yes, they
few
do.
years, and that's pretty radical. The Jack Kerouac School of Disembodied Poets, Anne Waldman, great American poet, has been going forever. Got to give out a shout to her. She's still radical and still raging, which is grand. Still running Naropa, and I have to say, the last time I was there. Last year, all of the students were just spectacular. I hate to call them students; they're artists. They're artists
Right.
there, and they were all just absolutely spectacular. It was very refreshing.
On the other end of the spectrum of
Who's on the other end
not
of the
not
spectrum?
not not
You're saying
not
I'm
being
on the
good.
other. What
No,
spectrum am I on? I'm still trying to figure that out. The rainbow spectrum.
everyone's on every spectrum. It just comes down to what degree. All right,
Yeah,
so
well, I know I have Spectrum cable. That's all I know.
now we're talking.
Well, I don't
Um,
like it, but I got it. Go ahead.
well, Tennessee was they wanted to execute what's this guy's name? Carruthers, Tony. Anyhow, they were going to give him a lethal injection to. I think it was yesterday. Maybe it was today. They couldn't find any vein. They couldn't find a vein to do it. I think he like shriveled up. He got so I don't know, he was like, his heart must have been pounding. He's about to be killed, and he's like, sorry, it's not going to work today. I will come in tomorrow, kind of
Jeez.
situation.
Surprised they didn't put him in front of the firing squad, which is happening in some states
Oh
now.
yeah. Well, I think it was Delaware that hanging is still an option.
Okay, Tim, if you if you were, which you never will be, on death row, we're on life row, is what we're on. What method would you take for your own extermination? I don't know
Well,
why I chuckle at that.
I
I'd
mean,
help, of course. I mean, I would volunteer to be your personal executioner if it came to that.
I think
That's my methods.
I think well, I would want my orifices to be stuffed with explosives. I think I would just explode.
Love it. Go back to what we once came from, atomic energy.
Yeah, just splatter everywhere.
Into the frickin' ether. Well, you know what I always like to say? They'll never find my body because when I'm ready to go, I'm not going to die in my sleep. Probably why I sleep in 2 hour shifts. I don't want to die in my sleep. Not that I want to live, whimpering into a ventilator. I'd rather be as I am in control of my life, in control of my death.
Yes.
And I wouldn't mind being in control of your death either if you just assigned me that privilege.
What
Thank you
the
very much.
fuck? What the fuck?
Well, first of all, I have a wide variety of other people's DNA, so I wouldn't necessarily be
well,
gone.
the I
I like the idea of
I've had
stuffing somebody's own DNA up their whatever orifices.
I've had all types of propositions in my life, but I've never had the proposition of how to kill me. But
I'm just being kind and generous. I'm thinking about the future.
okay,
I would be well, in a former life, you never know. I know
yeah, you
all the
never know.
tricks.
Well,
Yes, I.
speaking of deaths, amusement park accidents and deaths are on the incline. They've been there. More countries. I think a lot of there's less regulations. More countries that have these amusement parks, and
Death by Carney. What a way to go. I know.
I mean it's going up, and it's all types of reasons. They're all trying to all these rides are all trying to outdo each other. So like there's all these G-force accidents, spinal things, and then of course lightning
People
strikes
getting
are
yeah, lightning strikes. People getting stuck upside down.
there was
The
there
seatbelt's not working.
there was a girl, this guy that she started screaming because she was on the 75-mile-an-hour roller coaster and her seatbelt or
Oh,
whatever. And this guy who was a stranger sitting next to her was like, and his wife were just like bear hugging her to keep her in
oh,
this fucking thing. And she she lived, but talk about traumatizing.
Well, you know me. I mean, I love the old-fashioned wooden roller coasters that are really rackety, ratchety, make a lot of noise, seem like they're going to
Well,
fall off the tracks. You know, I love the Cyclone at Coney Island, but only under a good dose of
well,
acid.
who didn't like it was Kevin Zurek, or he. I wrote it wrong, but
That he did.
he was well, he was already handicapped, so he was in a
Oh,
wheelchair. So there's a lot of things is they tell you not to go on these things. Like kids are like, I don't want to go on, and the parents are like, toughen up.
yeah.
And they'll force kids in who are basically like a little shorter, a little too light, because the parents are like, you gotta, I went through this, you gotta go through this kind of thing. And there's been a lot of accidents with that. And then there's
It's the
questions.
season. It's definitely the season for amusement park accidents.
Well, there's a question and there's an issue with people with conditions or handicap,
Right.
that they should be discriminating and not letting certain people on. And of course, there's people who
I
want to sue
mean,
them for and there was this guy in a wheelchair had all these types of medical issues, and then I think when they went upside down or something, he blacked out,
oh,
and then his head at which point became a bobblehead, and it was flopping all over the place, and he was headbutting like the crossbars, and he ended up dying.
terrible.
He ended up dying. Like
Speaking about
fell.
this season, because I know one of your favorite characters in modern pop culture, Joey Chestnut, is he
Oh,
banned from the next hot dog eating contest because
oh,
he did some kind of devious thing? I don't remember exactly
oh,
what
I
he's
think
being banned
I
from.
I have to investigate. I mean,
When does that
Kobayashi.
usually happen, the Coney
For,
Island hot dogs?
excuse me, Fourth of July.
Of
Uh,
course. All right, coming up.
yeah.
Like
Well,
you wouldn't know. You've been
well,
there how many times, Tim?
plenty. Now, Simon and I, you initially, it took us about 6 or 7 years with the ambition of going and not making it, because we always blew our load too early. We'd get housed on July 3rd,
Uh,
and we'd always miss
well,
it.
at one point you didn't live that far from Coney Island. I mean, you were just a hop and skip away from
Yeah,
it. I mean,
right. So we would go. I went to plenty of them. Um,
but Tim,
it's
okay, you've been to
ridiculous.
plenty of hot dog eating contests, but have you
Yeah.
ever entered the Mermaid Parade?
I for whatever reason, I haven't entered. I've never even been to the Mermaid Parade for whatever reason. I'm always on the road or I'm out of town when that fucking thing
I
happens.
mean, Tim, I love you as the man you are. I love the smell you have. You in drag, I'm not really for it. I mean, I'm not against people who want to be in drag.
See,
Anybody should dress how they want, but Tim,
that's how little I know. Do you have to be in
well,
drag to
it's
be in it?
preferable to be dressed
Okay,
up. I mean, it's kind of like the Coney Island Mardi Gras. So, you can't just go in your usual white t-shirt and black jeans. Come on now. Put a little
correct.
flair behind it.
Right, exactly.
Now,
Well,
Tim, I have to ask,
please.
if you were to drag it up a bit,
Ooh, oh,
who would you model
I have to
your
think about this
character
one.
after?
I have to
I
think
mean, I've
about
been drag my whole life, so you don't have to ask me.
Mama Cass.
Wonderful. So you'd wear a big muumuu that
Yes.
somebody would douse with water, and you
Yes,
would
yes.
pretend you're at the Hollywood Bowl with
Yeah.
hair parted on the side, and she did not die eating a ham sandwich. That's
She
fiction,
did not, but I'd
but you could
probably,
hold one anyway in
well,
tribute.
by doing that, maybe someone would give me very high, powerful 1968 LSD, because
Well,
I think,
if you want just a visual LSD, you could always watch the Ed Sullivan Show with the Mamas and Papas were on, and Michelle Phillips was in the bathtub for some reason. They had a bathtub on stage
very bizarre.
and totally dressed psychedelically, and I mean, they did have one good song.
When
Come on,
when
California
when
Dreaming.
when the Ed Sullivan Show went color, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it definitely got, because they're also doing lava lamp stuff suddenly, and it was like,
I mean, I think James Brown was on it more than anybody. I'm not sure.
is that true? That makes
I
sense.
think so, but I still have to recommend the Creedence Clearwater Revival Throwdown of Fortunate Son, where they're standing near some kind of scaffolding, and John Fogerty is just battering his guitar and just so viciously, it's a great anti-war
Oh, well,
song.
one of my favorites is Vanilla Fudge doing "Keep Me Hanging On," whatever, the Supreme song, and they're on so many amphetamines, and Carmine Appice is just destroying the drums. I mean, unbelievable drum performance. I would. That's some real Long Island Italian,
Well, I'm going to say one of my other favorite performances because everybody should look up the lyrics because they're some of the most psychedelic and weird, especially coming from 4 or 5. tightly suited, gentleman-looking characters who play their guitar so close to their neck, it like they're going to eat it, which is the Association doing "Along Came Mary," which is really a song to marijuana. The words are so psychedelic, which you don't, I mean, look, we heard a lot of songs on the radio. We could barely remember the chorus. I just say, look up "Along Came Mary"
All
Association.
right.
They look so straight, and it's such a fucking weird song. Gotta say, Ed Sullivan, who looked like a mortician, he had good taste.
Do you remember watching it as a kid?
I do because I remember that the boy next door to me, little Jimmy Johnson, would impersonate James Brown with a towel around his neck, and he'd drop to his knees, and I'd have to pick him up. He did a good
What,
impersonation.
what did you
I was six.
what did you think of the Southern white James Brown, Wayne Cochran? He had
I
that.
like to stick to the original.
All right, his hair was something else. I have to say,
Well,
Jacobasaurus was in his band for early on,
who
but
was? Oh, really?
Jacobasaurus as like a 23-year-old or something was in that toured with Wayne Cochran.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
well,
yeah, those, there was
you were more of a midnight special person, or were you?
oh, well, I mean, not when I was six, it wasn't on yet. But yeah, when I was six, it was Ed Sullivan. Well, when the Midnight Special and Don Christier's rock concert, I mean, New York Dolls, Alice Cooper, all the good shit from that period. I was very happy to be alive then because it really put me on the
Did Gladys
insanity path to music.
did Gladys Knight host Midnight Special? Or no, that was
No,
another one.
no, no,
No, she
no.
no, she did.
You're
Because
thinking of Midnight Train to Georgia.
no. There was kind of like a black or
All right.
targeted
Well,
audience version of
speaking
Midnight Special.
Okay, well,
Uh,
speaking, actually, you're not talking about Soul Train.
it
Speaking about
wasn't.
Gladys Knight, I'm only a fan and I'm totally obsessed with I really got to use my imagination. It sounds like a really positive song, but it's just about left by a guy. I got to get over this. And it's so good. And I will guiltily admit the only way I was reintroduced to it was one day flicking through Spectrum cable and RuPaul's Drag Race came on and somebody was lip syncing to it. And I'm like, I gotta check out this song. And then, of course, I became obsessed, which
Well,
is what
hold on,
happens
hold
to me
on.
often.
I just researched it. Gladys Knight
Yeah.
was a guest host
What? Guest. Okay.
on Midnight Special for a while, and she hosted the episode that Joe Bryant was on.
Which amazes me that you even know who Joe Bryant is. I mean, look, Tim, you have a wide berth of knowledge about music, but I've heard you mention Joe Bryant a few times.
I
Let's not
like Joe
forget,
Bryant. I like Joe Bryant.
he was very weird, a weird glam cabaret, and also lived on top of the Chelsea Hotel for a while. On top of it, there was like
I did not know that.
yeah, there was like a little tiny one room up there or something. He lived up there. Joe Bryant, hosted by Gladys Knight. It reminds me of a poster I saw in Italy a few years ago when playing with Big Sexy Noise that said, uh, Ike and Tina Turner opening for Alice Cooper at that Whiskey a Go Go.
I can. I think I heard about that. I.
Well, you weren't even born when
No,
the
no, but I
Midnight
think
Special was on.
no, I wasn't. I've only seen the old. We had like a Reagan era version called Solid Gold, and that wasn't as
Oh, no,
good.
no,
The Solid Gold
no.
dancers.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
they were hotties.
yeah, exactly. Um, all right.
Anyway, we got packing to do.
Yes, we do. I have one more story here.
I can't
Uh,
wait. Go ahead. Turn me
yes.
on. Turn me on,
Well,
Timmy.
so it's been a little controversial, but no one gives a shit about anything anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Um, Hooters, the restaurant chain, has been targeting kids. And what's going on?
What?
So, well, instead of like going doing a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese or something, there's a lot of kids parties at
Orders for
Hooters.
12-year-olds?
Well, they're doing all these kids meal specials, and
What?
so what's going on? It's like these, and it feels like it's some kind of grooming, like a little league baseball team will go for a party, and there's like a
What
guy
the
like,
mother? Oh
and,
my.
and you have these
Well,
kind of like, the Daisy Duke wearing push-up bra ladies hanging around like horny 11 and 12-year-old boys, and serving chicken wings. But yeah, it's becoming a big
well,
thing.
I mean, in one sense, as ridiculous as a Hooters might be, would it not be, this is just a hypothetical, better for a 12-year-old boy to go to Hooters to see a real live woman than to accidentally become predated by a man dressed as a woman online. I don't even know what I'm saying right now.
Well,
I'm just saying I don't really like the smell of it anyway.
I'm not a prude, but I mean, I think this is like,
Certainly not.
it's like the baseball coach trying to like kind of set a little tone in the room. It seems a little
I
weird.
mean, but the thing is, one has to ask what parents. I mean, whatever. Look,
But
whatever.
I have to. I'm thinking it in real time here. I think it's kids going to a Hooters is
A
lot,
little too
a
much.
lot more. No, that's more. Those kids are seeing the most extreme internet porn now, so it's actually pretty gentle compared to what they're actually
Well,
being
I mean, that
exposed
was
to.
one. That was one of my. That was one of my questions. Like, is it better to see a real woman in Daisy Dukes serving you a chicken wing than to see one taking a baseball bat up the hooter?
Hooters. That was kind of one of Tiger Woods' kind of like praying grounds. You'd go and pick up desperate
God.
Hooters
I mean,
waitresses.
speak about just beyond the DL. This is like disgusting. All right, Tim. Well, anyway, we
Yes,
got work to do. We're
I got a
leaving
lot of work to
tomorrow.
do.
Fun
Yes, we do.
awaits. Fun awaits. Murderous again is on the road, and I shall continue, and you shall continue. And you can just check our Instagram. And I also want to get a shout out to the Bob Bird special that's coming up
Ooh.
live in a couple of weeks, with Bob Bird pulling out a lot of his musical stunts, and John Rez Death is on that bill.
Well, so supposedly,
I think it's June 15th because our
I
friend
think I saw
Mary
that.
from Asheville is coming up for it.
Oh, cool. All right. So
I won't be
that's
here, but she'll be in my bed, which
I sh-
is, you know,
I should be here. Supposedly Zoe's reading in L.A. last night went really well. A few people went,
I'll be reading with
said it was
her
amazing.
on
Yeah.
July 1st in LA myself. All right, Timothy Seymour Dahl
Uh,
and the silent for now, Simon
We'll be
Slater.
back next week with a guest, and we'll be
Right,
in South America when that happens. So,
exactly. And give me a quick call, Tim.
okay, sounds
Is
good.
the Lydian spin your special? And by the way, anybody that's listened to every episode of this, why don't you just donate $1 for each and send it to where, Tim Dahl? Here's your PayPal.
Oh, well, my PayPal is TSDAHL tsdoll@yahoo.com is my
And you know
PayPal
what?
account.
Every episode you listen to, why don't you just go into
TSDAHL.
your
Yeah.
pocket
Yes.
and pull out a frickin' dollar? We do this for free because we love each other. We have to, because we are the audio museum of modern culture.
Yes,
But
we are.
come on, pay up, kids. All right,
Yes.
Tim. See you
Uh,
tomorrow. Give me a call now. Bye.
okay. Bye.
Done.